Hello, I hope you are all well. This is the problem you had for homework. Now this is called the conjugate of each one. So this is the conjugate of 5q plus 3, and 5q plus 3 is the conjugate of 5q minus 3. Right? And what it means is, first terms are the same. Second terms, the absolute value is the same, but have different signs. What happens is when you multiply them out, the middle terms will cancel. So you're going to hear the word conjugate during your time you're taking math, and you need to know what it means. Okay, problem number 50 has x minus 7y. What that means is it's x minus 7y times x minus 7y. So you have x times, parentheses, x minus 7y minus that 7y times x minus 7y. Now these are not conjugates, because minus is a minus and a minus. Multiply them out, you're going to add your exponents, minus 7xy minus 7xy, you end up with this as your answer. All right, try problem 52. Pause the video, do the work on the paper, and then reactivate the video to see how you did. All right, here's the work done out. Now you need to understand what it's telling you to do. W plus 9, parentheses squared, means W plus 9 times W plus 9. So multiply what's inside this parentheses by W, multiply what's inside this parentheses by 9, and then simplify, and you get W2 plus 18 plus 81. This is the same as if I said to you t squared, that means t times t. If this happened to be a 3, it would be W plus 9 times W plus 9 times W plus 9. The same as this would be t times t times t. Again, math is a language. You have to understand it as a language. Okay, try problem 56. Again, pause the video, try it, see if you get the right answer. If you didn't get the right answer, study the work I put on the board, do it over. All right, so it tells me to multiply 2/5 x plus 1 by 2/5 x plus 1. That means everything inside this parentheses gets multiplied by 2/5 x. Then everything inside this parentheses gets multiplied by 1. 2/5 times 2/5. X times x gives me x, add my exponents. 1 times 2/5 x, and then 1 times 2/5 x. 1 times 1 will give me 1. 2 times 2 is 4, 5 times 5 is 25. When you multiply fractions, you multiply the numerator by the numerator and denominator by the denominator. Add my exponents. 1 times anything will give you whatever the number is, 2/5 x. So I have 2/5 x plus 1. Now when I add them, they have the same denominators, so I can add them. You just add the numerators, you get 4/5x plus 1. All right, if we take a look at number 58, it is a conjugate. So they are conjugates of each other. You have the same first term, same second term, except that one is minus 2b cubed, the other one is plus 2b cubed. That means the final answer will not have a middle term. So go ahead and multiply these together, see how you do with them. Pause the video. All right, so it's 8 to the 4th plus 2b cubed multiplied by 8 to the 4th. When I do that, I add my exponents. So it's going to be 2a to the 4th b cubed minus 2b cubed a to the 4th Minus times a plus gives me a minus. 2 times 2 is 4. B to the third, add the exponents. Now when I simplify, these terms cancel out. So here's my final answer. Now, are these different? All right, so before you answer that, is 2 times 3 equal to 3 times 2? So it doesn't matter whether I multiply a to the fourth by b to the third, or b to the third times a to the fourth. Would they give me the same numbers? The answer is yes, they would, so they can cancel out each other. All right, now we're going to look at page 357, number 10. It's a division problem. There are two ways of doing it. One is the long division method. So you divide 2x cubed by 2x. 2 divided by 2 is 1. X cubed divided by x is going to be x squared, because you're going to subtract your exponent. Positive divided by a negative. So this number here times that is going to give you 2x cubed. Negative times a negative gives me a positive. 1 times 2 is 2. X is going to give me that. And then I'm going to subtract them. So when I subtract them, I end up with a 0. So I don't bother writing the 0. Bring down the 8x squared. Positive divided by a negative is going to give me a negative. 8 divided by 2 is going to give me a 4. X squared divided by x is going to give me an x. So a negative times a negative gives me a positive 8x squared. Subtract, you get 0 again, bring down the negative 2x. Negative divided by a negative is going to give me a positive. 2x divided by 2x is going to give me a 1. So positive times a negative is a negative. 1 times 2x is 2x. I try problem number 12. All right, so this is problem 12, in case you don't have your book. So pause the video, try it at your seats, and I will do it and then read. All right, 6 divided by 6 is 1. P squared divided by p is p. This number multiplied by this one's going to give me my 6p squared. 1 times 6 is 6. P times p, I add my exponents, I get p squared. Subtract them, I get 0. So I bring down the negative 18p to the fourth. Negative divided by a positive is going to give me a negative. 18 divided by 6 is going to give me a 3. P to the fourth divided by p is going to give me a p cubed. So 3 times 6 gives me my 18. Negative times a positive is a negative. P to the third times p is p to the fourth. Subtract them, I end up with 0. Bring down my 30p. 30 divided by 6 is 5. It's a positive divided by a positive, so it's going to be a positive. P to the fifth divided by p is going to be p to the fourth. All right, multiplying back out, 5 times 6 is 30. P to the fourth times p is p to the fifth. And I have 0 for an answer. I don't have what we call a remainder. All right, problem number 20. Now this is going to have a remainder. So 2 divided by 1 is going to give me 2. M to the fifth divided by m squared gives me m to the third. I'm going to get 2m to the fifth minus 3m to the fourth. Negative divided by positive gives me a negative. 3 divided by 1 is 3. m to the fourth divided by m squared is m squared. So negative 3 times 1 gives me my negative 3. M squared times m squared gives me my m to the fourth. Subtract. I get a 0. Bring down the m cubed. M cubed, positive divided by positive, gives me a positive up there. M cubed divided by m squared is going to give me an m. All right, that will give me my m cubed. Subtract, I get a 0. Bring down the negative m squared. Negative divided by a negative is going to give me a negative. M squared divided by m squared is 1. 1 times that will give me a negative m squared. Let me make that look like a square. Subtract them, I get 0. Now, 9m divided by m squared. The exponent here is smaller than that exponent. So I can't do anything with it. I can just leave it as a remainder, right, of 9 over m squared. But I can reduce that. So it does reduce to 9 over m. All right, because 9 over m squared gives me 9m, 1 minus 2, subtract the exponents, and that's equal to 9m to negative 1, and that's equal to 9 over m. But you do need to reduce them. So try this problem at your seats, do it over again. Keep saying your seats. I keep thinking I want to be in my class. I do miss you. All right, do the problem over and check your work. All right, this is a little bit more difficult. You want to take the first term here divided by the first term there. X cubed divided by x gives me x squared. So multiply them, I get x squared minus 2x squared. Subtract them, I get minus 5x squared. Bring down the 13x. Negative 5x squared divided by positive is going to give me a negative 5x. That's going to give me negative 5x squared minus 10x. Subtract them, I'm going to change the signs. I'm going to get negative 3x. Bring down the 3. This is going to give me a negative 3, which gives me negative 3x plus, minus 6. It's going to give me a plus 9. So I have a remainder of 9 over x plus 2. All right, I'm sorry, I made a mistake on this problem. I'm trying to rush through it because YouTube only gives me 15 minutes to make a video. So this should have been minus 9x. Right. Well, this would be positive 2x squared. Subtract this becomes negative 9x squared. All right, negative 9x squared divided by this will give me negative 9x. Multiplied through, I end up with this. Subtract it, I'm going to get 5x squared. I bring down the 3, 5x divided by x is 5. I have left over a negative 7, which becomes my remainder. I have to end the video because I'm hitting 15 minutes. I'll go over this again. I'll go over this problem with you in the next class. All right, there's your homework assignment on the board.